few people already disqualified. Welcome to Monaco, everybody. It's a nighttime race here as the random weather and time has set for us. It's going to be hopefully a great race ready for us. Lucas Paul on pole. It's Jake Mate P2 with Emilio 98, Robelino P3, Random Kitty Captain P4, Ben Smith P5, Lightning Luke P6, Marshy P7 as the McLarens. Right beside each other, the Haas of DMC Ryan Aguirre P8 with Parallel Silk, P9, Santiago C P10, Cable Tie 95, P11 with Kelechi P12. Lucas Paul trying to hopefully not get to the grid too early. It's Jake May trying massively to keep his tyres warm, although he does have to speed up a little bit. Can't be this far behind the leader, but sure we'll allow it. As Lucas Paul lines up on the grid, just going to ghost through the disqualified cars, and then it's Jake May and the pack of the rest remaining cars in the formation lap lineup for this massive race in Monaco. So, as Kelechi lines up, the cars get ready. Here we go to 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Can't actually see what happens, but here we go. Lucas Paul round the first corner into the lead of the Grand Prix, as Lightning Luke already picks up a time penalty for a collision with Ben Smith, who's gone all the way back down the order. It's Lucas Paul with a clean getaway from its Jake May, Emilio, everyone very, very smooth so far. It's not as chaotic as I thought it would be. Through the hairpin. Everyone fairly clean. As Cable Tie 95 is into the barriers. Oh, as Ben Smith and Kelechi go side by side, and I think Kelechi loses a bit of his front wing. Has he? He hasn't. I think it may have been Ben Smith. Someone lost some of their front wing there, as Lucas Paul gains a bit of a gap away from its Jake May. I feel like if there's no mistakes from him today, he'll run away with this. Jake Mate behind him. Obviously safety cars cause massive upsets in Monaco, and anyone can win as long as they're close behind the pack. As Random Kitty wants to have a go at Emilio. There's a big fight in the constructors between these two, Red Bull and Alfa Romeo. So Alfa Romeo actually haven't been getting much points at the moment. It's Jake Mate, Random Kitty all retiring. The moment it's not as much crashes as I thought there would be, as the two AlphaTauris go side by side, and I think Ben Smith has got into the lead. He goes round the outside of Tabac and takes the lead of the AlphaTauris, but I think rear ends Parallel Silk, who has no front wing, so he's going to have to just limp his way into the pits, and it's definitely slowing down the AlphaTauris. So Parallel Silk, Marshy also to change his wing. DMC Ryan, I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he paid on the first lap for damage, or just maybe a problem. A spin. I don't know, but Otherwise the pack is very close at the top. It's Jake Mate still a good bit behind Lucas Paul, but then Jake May has him in his sights. Emilio, good bit behind. It's Jake May. I think him and Random Kitty are in their own kind of battle there for P3. It's going to be interesting who will stand on the podium at the end of this race. Who will make the mistakes, who won't. As there are still 36 laps ahead of us. Estimated pit strategy for people on the softs, I think, is lap 15, and for people on the mediums, it is lap 20. So at the moment, everything is clean. Lucas Paul sets the fastest lap, as everyone has kept it clean so far, but there is an incident. It's Marshy in the tunnel. Who has he damaged his wing? He's getting very close. He's almost very close to being lapped here by Lucas Paul already. We'll have to see. As he lost his wing, he's lost his whole front wing, so he'll be into the pits. As it's Jake May is into the pits. Did he get damage, or is he trying a audacious undercut? We'll have to see. It's probably got damage if he's pitting this early. Don't know what happened to him. As Marshy, I think his race is almost over now. Once he pits, he'll be lapped. Don't actually see why he should keep racing, but we'll see what he does. So Lucas Paul to lead, 7 seconds already ahead of Emilio Robolino. Looking like a Lucas Paul victory here. 4 laps into the race, but we'll have to see. Many things can happen in 35 laps of racing. Marshy is in to change tyres. He's going to continue on as he's been lapped by Lucas Paul, who has the fastest lap of the Grand Prix and is just gaining on Emilio, as no one has picked up a penalty so far for corner cutting other than Parallel Silk there. He was picked one up for exceeding track limits. Lucas Paul sets another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I think he may want to start conserving his tyres now and see how far he can go. He's 10 seconds ahead of the championship leader Emilio, as it's Jake May really closing up to DMC Ryan now. Oh, he just taps him. I don't think he's got damage though. He hasn't, so he will have a go at DMC Ryan now. Can he get up into 4th place, as Random Kitty must have got damage. He's also into the pits. Gira gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. It's Jake May, gets a great launch, but I don't think he's going to be able to have room to make the overtake here. We know how difficult it is to overtake around Monaco. He's going to try get the move here, as he's just kind of just sitting behind like a sitting duck, but he can't actually do anything to get by. We'll see. The tunnel section is the next real overtaking opportunity, as Kelechi is struggling down there. We'll see. Now, it's Jake May. Will he have a go? He's definitely really quick as he scrapes the wall. I think that was more just a rear end though. Marshy picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As will he have a go into back? I don't think so. Where can he make the move? It's going to be so intense. How will it's Jake May get past DMC Ryan here for P4 and then start chasing down Lucas Paul? Now, DRS open. Does he have enough space to make the move? He's gonna have a go down the inside. They bang wheels, And DMC Ryan, I think, hits the barriers. It's definitely not a very clean move, but it gets the move done. And I think it's the only way you can really overtake around Monaco here. And there's nothing wrong about it. Kelechi picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. So, he's already got 3 seconds on DMC Ryan, who I think may have damage. Random kiddie. He may think he was robbed of overtake of the day in Bahrain. Will he be able to make an overtake of the day here? He's getting very close to DMC Ryan. As DMC Ryan just lets him by. No. Battling, I think he is into the pits. He is, yes, he must have got damage from that incident with its Jake May. Will be frustrated by that. May launch an appeal against his Jake mate. We'll have to see. Ben Smith, 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. As we have a look on penalties so far. So Emilio Robelino has a 3-second penalty. Lightning Luke, 8 seconds. And then 3 seconds from DMC Ryan all the way down to Kelechi. So we will see as DMC Ryan has been lapped by Emilio, and Lucas Paul has lapped so far. Wait, no, DMC Ryan just came out behind. Parallel, I thought Emilio may have got the move as the gap is so spread out between the whole field. Lucas Paul is catching up now to overtake the Haas. Or to lap the Haas, I should say. He's lapped Ben Smith, Marshy and Kelechi so far. He's about to lap P8. Jake May is closing up to Lightning Luke as we speak. DMC Ryan moves aside. Lucas Paul hunting down a championship. He's a Miss Bahrain midweek again in Tuesday. Hopefully he can battle with Emilio, who has a big lead on him, but Emilio's in a good position here in second place. Hoping to stay there for the rest of the race, as Lucas Paul, there's no errors in him at all. Parallel Silk moves aside for Lucas Paul as DMC Ryan starting to catch up with Parallel Silk now. As Parallel Silk picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. He cut the corner there into Sandoval. DMC Ryan may try make a move. Don't think he will be able to. It's Jake May still catching up to Lightning Luke, who's in his sights now. It's right there on him now. Really could be a chance here for a move. It's Jake May catching up to Lightning Luke. This is for the podium positions. He has it already as Lightning Luke has a penalty. 8-second penalty it is. So it's Jake May. May try pull side by side. Lightning Luke covers it off. It's Jake May does not want to be held up here, as Lightning Luke has already lost a position because of this penalty, but will not want to be held up here by its Jake May. Jake May is absolutely rapid on those mediums as Lightning Luke runs a bit wide and just clips its Jake May as they are literally side by side here through the tunnel. Jake May can't quite get the move done. This battle may last on for laps. As Jake May gets a 3-second penalty for cutting a bit of the chicane there. There's multiple warnings from him as he still has the position as Lightning Luke has an 8-second penalty. Kelechi picks up another 3-second penalty and only extends his sadness down and last. Marshy, Lightning Luke's teammate, spins there at Raskas, so he's just been lapped by third and fourth as it's Jake May is looking to make a move here. doesn't go for the move he tried on DMC Ryan. This battling here from Lightning Luke and his Jake May is not great for its Jake May, as his teammate, who he's been battling with all season, is catching up to him. It's Jake May still can't quite make the move. There's blue flags as more cars are getting involved. Oh, they've touched. I don't know if that's damage for its Jake May, but he's touched into the back. A heavy thump off Lightning Luke. I don't know if that's damage. We'll have to see. He's not as close as he was last time to Lightning Luke, and that may, if its Jake May goes into the pits, be damage. But we don't know. He's still very, very close to the McLaren, so he's not losing time, so I wouldn't say so, but his teammate is right there now. They literally parked the car through swimming pool. It's Jake May still just behind the McLaren. There's nowhere to overtake. It's Jake May does not go into the pits, so there's no damage on that car. He opens DRS. Can he have a go? Don't think there's any space for him to go have a go. Cuts the corner into Sandoval there. Probably picked up a warning as he tries to get the slipstream here, as he drags alongside. Is this going to be the move? They're banging as it's just so tight, and it's Jake May have picked up a bit of damage there. He's gone for a big dive bomb now as Lightning Luke hits the barriers, loses his wing, and then buries into random kitty. That's very aggressive from its Jake mate. And Lightning Luke, his multiple laps of defence has come to nothing now. He's going to have to pit. He has no wing. Yellow flags to sector 3. It's Kelechi who spins again. He's kind of just a mobile chicane here. We're a quarter of a way through this race. Lucas Paul laps Kelechi for the second time this race and extends his lead even more on Emilio 98 Robolino. And I think he could drive around the rest of the day in a Honda Civic and he'll still win this race. As he catches up to Kelechi, lets him by. There is still 25 laps of this Grand Prix remaining as Lucas Paul has a very comfortable lead. He may even be on if he wants for a two-stop from onto more mediums than onto softs. Don't know about that. It's Jake May, the man who battled with him for so long in Australia. He's in P3. So he does have the podium, but if Random Kitty can catch up, he'll take that off, and if Jake May has a 3-second penalty. It's the only people not to have a penalty at the moment, as Kelechi is into the barriers there at the swimming pool. Or where is it? No, it's at the chicane. And is that a safety car now? Because that is a lot. It's a very dangerous position where he's parked. Still only yellow flags on my screen. And no safety car, just yellow flags. At the moment there's no safety car, there's nothing really to spice up this race. as Jake May still in P3. Parallel Silk and Synthiox switch positions as I think Santiago wants to unlap himself. Marshy, another 3-second penalty for him. He's probably going to have to just limp around these last 23 laps and pick up 1 point from McLaren. Lightning Luke is in P8. He's closing up to DMC Ryan though, so there's a big gap of cars here and they're all 4th position. So there's a chance here for P5 still for Lightning Luke. Santiago, Random Kitty and Lucas Paul, the only of 10 drivers not to pick up a penalty so far. No one can really go for position as Santiago hits the barriers and his contact as Parallel Silk is spun and is into the barriers and possibly loses most of his front wing. That is very disappointing and very annoying for the Red Bull driver. He's lost all his positions there. He's gone from P6 down to P8. As Lucas Paul continues his business in P1. Miles ahead of the rest of the pack. There's yellow flags into the final sector. It's Marshy who's lost his front wing again. He's in P10. I think it's been lapped by every single driver once Ben Smith comes around. I think he may as well just retire from the Grand Prix. As Jake May picks up another penalty. He's still in P3 and Random Kitty is 30 seconds behind him, but obviously he has boxed for the second time. So we look at pit stop information. So Random Kitty stopped twice, Jake May stopped once. Everyone has made a stop other than Emilio and Lucas Paul, who are due a stop quickly. I think one of them's waiting for a safety car. Someone here is waiting for a safety car. They want things to be spiced up as there's more drama from Marshy. Sector 1, it's Parallel Silk who resets to track. That'll be a 10-second time penalty for him. Everything still running smoothly for Lucas Paul. I think he may as well just start relaxing. I think he still has the fastest lap. He does with a 1:12. Jake May is the closest to that. Jake May's almost about to be lapped. It's 1 minute behind the leader. Emilio, 30 seconds. Everyone else has been lapped. And Santiago, Parallel, Mitsulas, Parallel has DNF'd somewhere, we don't know where. I think it's in his own pit. He's DNF'd into the pit lane, so he'll finish P10 as long as Marshy doesn't DNF between now and by the time he's overtaken Parallel. So Marshy will be picking up an extra point for McLaren as there's still no safety car. been a tough race for many drivers today. Not for this man, and although being a large gap behind the leader, not for this man either. The championship leader can still win the championship, and he'll still remain in the lead after this race if he finishes where he does. It's unlucky for him that we won't be standing on the top step here at the Principal. MC Ryan and Ben Smith are having a bit of a battle there, and DMC Ryan is into the pit lane. Don't know if this is for a pit stop or a new wing. Run out of front wings at this stage. It is for a new wing. He is out on the mediums, most likely till the end. Lucas Paul still continues on lap 21. Marshy about to be lapped for the third time here. Behind him is Lucas Paul. Far being the driver of the day, and not even for most positions gained, just for driving. He has been the best driver today. Hasn't picked up a penalty. It's been so smooth sailing for him. Fastest lap. As long as he stays in the race, there'll be no doubts about it that he will be driver of the day. As Emilio is in for his one and only pit stop onto the softs, so that's interesting. He's going to go 18 laps on the softs. He's done 21 on the mediums and now 18 on the softs, as he's still out. Out just 2 seconds, I think, behind it's Jake Mate, but it's Jake Mate still at the box again. And obviously Emilio's onto fresh softs, and it's Jake Mate is on worn mediums. If Random Kitty can pick up the pace, he could really have a go at it. It's Jake Mate. It's a 6 second penalty. All it takes is a spin, all it takes is a safety car to spice things up. Maybe even for Jake Mate himself. Safety car wouldn't be that bad at all. He still hasn't been lapped by Lucas Paul. He's in P3, obviously he's still a minute behind, but him and Emilio are the only two on track who haven't been lapped by the Rapid Ferrari. As the gap, this him and Emilio as the shortest gap of all, and it is slowly falling apart. Otherwise, it's just this man who has been rapid the whole race. 15 laps to go. As Lucas Paul is not too far behind his Jake mate now. And when his Jake mate pits for his second time, he will be lapped by the leader, which will be one of his worst days, despite probably standing on the podium alongside him. Random Kitty, I think, had to pit again because he's lost 20 seconds. He's into the pit lane now. I don't know if that's more damage for him. Still going to be P4, although it may be annoying, it is, yeah. Damage on the front wing of the Alfa Romeo, although it will be P4. It will be annoying for these guys who know they won't be able to overtake anyone else, but they're still going to have to just do their job and finish off their day here. Although it's going to be very close between him and Lightning Luke, but he will get that inside that Lightning Luke won't. As Random Kitty is almost one lap down on his teammate, although still being P4, his teammate is the closest. He's the next car ahead, and Marshy is a lap behind Santiago, and I think the only reason Marshy is staying in this race is hoping that someone else ahead of him DNFs into the wall and he gains another position because of it. I think he's been lapped 3 times. He has three times by Lucas Paul, and he's not that far away from being 4. So, this dark day in Monaco, or this dark night in Monaco, is very bright for Lucas Paul. P1, 13 laps to go, still staying out on those mediums. Maybe he's going to try setting even quicker lap time on the softs when time comes to it. He's trying to stretch these mediums. He's been on them for 27 laps now. They must be very, very worn, but he's not lacking pace at the moment. He will have to come into the pit lane soon enough with 12 laps to go. He's almost about to lap every single person on track. It's Drake May, only a few seconds up the road now. As finally Lucas Paul is into the pit lane on lap 27. not much really to commentate on other than that. It's been a very dull race. Jake May is in the pits now and has been lapped by Lucas Paul. So only one more to lap now, and that's Emilio, who's gone through the chicane. I don't think he will do that in 10 laps. As Lucas Paul sets the fastest sector 1. This could be one of the fastest laps of the day. Through the tunnel section he goes. Smooth through there. Down, Lightning Luke is back in the lobby. He must have disconnected. Smooth through to back. Fastest sector 2 as well. This is going to be a very quick lap, probably quicker than his qualifying lap and how quick he's going at the moment. Smooth through Raskas. To the line he goes. It's no DRS obviously, but to the line. It is the fastest lap. I don't think it'll actually count. It will, yeah, 110.9. As he picks up a penalty, so he does not remain penalty free. The only person now that has remained penalty free, Santiago and Random Kitty. Santiago 39 seconds behind, so he's going to have to make a lot up to catch up to Ben Smith. Is Ben Smith got ahead? On penalties, no, he's the same amount as DMC Ryan, so those two are both there. We'll see. Is anyone ahead? Shake Me has 12-second penalty. Random Kitty really needs to switch on and see if he can catch up to it. Shake Me. Lightning Luke has 12 seconds as well, so Marshy is, if he can get it to within 3 seconds of Lightning Luke, which I think he will, because Lightning Luke doesn't have. As Ben Smith cuts the corner there and picks up a 3-second penalty. Lucas Paul sets an even faster time. 8 laps to go now, as it's Jake Mate into the barriers. It's heartbreak. He looked like a podium. It's going to be P9 now. Where is he? Crashed. He's crashed just after swimming pool. I don't know how it's happened, but it means even if he stayed, he would have secured the podium. He hasn't, and he's out here on lap 31. No. So now he'll be so many points down on the leader and is racing for nothing at the moment. He's really going to have to make up in Baku. He's going to have to almost win Baku, win the rest of the races and capitalise on the ones that Lucas Paul and Emilio miss, if they do miss any from here until Brazil. on the 5th of May. He will pick up 2 points nonetheless, but it won't be the possible 15 he would have picked up for the podium, which means that Random Kitty, one of the only ones to not get a penalty today, will finish in P3. Still no safety car at all despite all these crashes, which is very, very unusual. There's another person is slow. It's Santiago. True Rascas. He's gotten back up to speed. Lucas Paul enters his 6th last lap of the race, looking for now his first win of the season. He just has to get through 6 more laps before he can do it. It's Jake May. Retirement seems like so long ago, and yet he still hasn't been lapped by everybody. As Lightning Luke leaves the session, I think this is AI driving from as Marshy starts to close up to take P7 off his teammate. It'll be frustrating for last race's race winner. This is a track that can throw off anyone, and it's thrown off. It's Jake May. It's thrown off Lightning Luke. It's thrown off Ben Smith, DMC Ryan. It hasn't thrown off Mr. Consistent Emilio Robalino, and then Lucas Paul, who's looking to lap P3 for the 2nd time, which just shows how quick he was today. I don't think there was really an overtake today as well. Maybe it's Jake Mate's dive bomb on DMC Ryan. There was barely any overtakes today, obviously being Monaco. Oh, and that's Lucas Paul into the barriers. Don't think it's any damage though for the Ferrari driver, and even if it is, I think he can take the pit stop being 58 seconds ahead. I think he's just one that's coped better in Monaco than everyone else. Ben Smith is into the pits and picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Marshy finally gets by Lightning Luke. He's up into P7, so despite possibly could have retired in P10, taken the 1 point he has, stayed in the race, he's going to pick himself up 6 points today. Random Kitty should probably yield and let Lucas Paul by. He isn't going to at the moment. Doesn't want to slow down for whatever reason. Doesn't want to pick up a yellow card now for or a penalty for ignoring yellow flags, or ignoring blue flags. It's like he just wants to race with him. He wants to defend. Wants to hold him up, but I don't know who he's holding him up for. He still is ignoring these blue flags. Lucas Paul wants to get on with things here. He needs to let him through. DRS open for Lucas Paul. They just sit behind as finally Random Kitty lets him through. Still didn't pick up a penalty for that as well. Him and Santiago still the only drivers to remain penalty free, as despite some of these drivers you think wouldn't have had a great race, DMC, Ryan, Ben Smith, Marshy, they've picked up good points today in Monaco for simply just staying in the race. And well, it's a reward for being committed, and I think the driver who's been committed today has been Emilio Robolino. He's been committed to every race, he's attended every race, and him, despite being almost lapped by being lapped by the race leader, being in P2, he will take the 18 points for finishing second, as Lucas Paul has been too quick. He's going to pick up the fastest lap and the race win, unless Random Kitty or Emilio comes into the box maybe to try get it off him. We'll have to see. They'll have to do it now if they are. Random Kitty is not coming in, so let's have a look at the gap to leader. So he's lapped Lightning Luke 4 times. Marshy has just been lapped 4 times now. Santiago, Ben Smith all 3 times, and DMC Ryan and Random Kitty twice. So Marshy, don't know what's happened with him. I think he may have got damage. He has got a little bit of front wing damage, which he's going to have to deal with for these laps. 3 laps. Will Emilio Robolino come into the pits for fresh softs and go for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with 3 laps to go now? He is. So, chance here for him to get the 1 point gained and 1 point off Lucas Paul. He's onto fresh softs for this fastest lap. We'll see if he gets it. Lucas Paul has lapped every single driver on track. Now that is just amazing. So we'll have a look. I don't think anyone else is coming into the pits, so it's too late for Random Kitty. Don't think there's not enough time for DMC for anyone else, so it's just going to be Emilio who will be the one to do it, and he'll be doing it next lap. But today it's been all about this driver right here. Lucas Paul. So let's go through this last lap now with today's race winner. So through the hairpin now. Keeps it smooth. Could literally drive this last lap as slow as he wants, because he hasn't won. As long as he doesn't put in the barriers through the tunnel section now into the chicane. So, Emilio won the first race in Australia. It went to orange. Emilio won the first race in Australia. So Australia went blue. Bahrain went orange. Today in Monaco, it's only going red. It's going straight to the Ferrari driver of Lucas Paul, who currently does have the fastest lap and gets his first win in his CTCR season. Lucas Paul wins the Monaco Grand Prix. And before we finish off, we'll see if Emilio can get the fastest lap. We'll see He's 5/10 down this time, so I don't think he will. He doesn't. So the race finishes. Lucas Paul with the win and fastest lap finishes P1 with Emilio alongside him on the podium, and Random Kitty picks up his first podium of the season. He'd be so disappointed to miss out in Australia, but he hasn't missed out today. He gets P3. DMC Ryan comes around the final corner, hits a few walls on the way. Monaco's been so tricky for all 12 drivers today, but the 8 have remained and win. Last across the line, we've Lightning Luke's AI still picks up P7, and Marshy then behind in P8. So we'll wrap up the rest of the race. P1, Lucas Paul 73, Emilio 98 Rebelino comes home in second, Random Kitty in P3, DMC Ryan P4, Santiago P5, Ben Smith P6, P7 Lightning Luke with Marshy taking home P8, P9 it's Jake May after a horrific crash out, Parallel Silk P10, Kalechi P11 and Cable Tie 95 P12. We'll see you in Baku next week.